225 in this one. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some more action. Let's take a look at, that is the wrong page. Let's go ahead and take a look at, let's see. Let's take a look at some NHL action real quick. Let's hop on over there. Yeah, NHL action. Let's go ahead and get into it. Where am I looking here? Sabres, Jets. There we go. I got it. All right, let's take a look at our NHL slate of Friday games. Leading off, we have Sabres at the Jets. 8 o'clock puck drop in Winnipeg. Winnipeg is 215, total 6, 57% leaning toward Winnipeg, 62% shaded toward the over. Buffalo's plus $1.80 to win it. Winnipeg's plus $1.40 on the puck line. Winnipeg's 11-5-1 overall, 8-2-1 in their games at home. Meanwhile, Buffalo, they've won just 2 out of their last 9 in Winnipeg. Now, scoring-wise, Winnipeg's just 5-8-4 to the over. Give me the Jets minus 1.5 on the puck line and the under 6 goals in this one. Next game, Bruins, Stars, 8 o'clock puck drop in Dallas. Boston opened the betting as the $2 favorite and the total at 5.5. And since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing steady money toward Boston in the early going here. They're now the $1.15 favorite. So once again, Boston opened 102, now 115, totals 5.5. 52% are still leaning Boston, 70% shaded toward the over. Dallas is plus $1 for some money line cash, and Boston is plus 245 for some puck line cash. Now Boston's 5-0 straight up in their last 5 taking on Dallas. Meanwhile, this Stars offense is scoring just 2.8 goals per contest. Now, scoring-wise, both squads are 2-1 to the over in their last 3. So with all that said and done, give me Boston minus 115 in the over. 5.5 in this one. Next game, Kings, Blackhawks. 8:30 puck drop in Chicago. Chicago is minus 150, totals 5.5. 61% are leaning Chicago. 62%, let's try that again. 61% shaded toward Chicago, 62% shaded toward LA. Let's try that again. 61% shaded toward Chicago, 62% leaning toward the over. And at the moment, the Kings are plus 135 for some money line cash. Chicago's plus 190 for some puck line cash. Now, Los Angeles has lost their last 3 straight. They've also won just 3 out of their last 10. And scoring-wise, we're looking at 1-4-1 to the over away from home for the Kings. So with all that said and done, give me Chicago minus 150 and the under 5.5 goals in this one. Next game, Caps, Avalanche, 9 o'clock puck drop in Colorado. Colorado's minus 145, total 6. 66% are leaning Washington. Not sure where we're looking at as far as the total, where the money's going. Right now, Washington is plus $1.30 for some money line cash. And at the moment, Colorado's plus $1.95 for some puck line cash. Now, keep in mind, Washington is 7-1 straight up in their last 8 taking on Colorado. Colorado's 4-3 to the under in their games at home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to take a little underdog play in this one. Give me Washington plus 130 and the under 6 goals in this one. All right, next game. Maple Leafs, Ducks, 10 o'clock puck drop in Anaheim. The Maple Leafs are minus 125, totals 5.5. 73% are leaning Anaheim. Anaheim's plus $1.10 for some money line cash. And at the moment, Toronto is plus 235 for some puck line cash. Now, Toronto's scoring nearly 5 goals a game on the road. They're actually scoring 4.8 goals per game on average away from home, to be exact. I like Toronto minus $1.25 and the over 5.5 goals in this one. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some college football action. Don't have really the games queued up here, but anyway, there they are. Let's go ahead and start off with. Michigan State at Nebraska. That's going to be a 12 o'clock Eastern kickoff in Nebraska. Michigan State opened the betting as the 2-point favorites and the total at 52.5. And since those markets opened this one up, we're actually seeing steady movement toward Nebraska and the under. Right now, Michigan State is just -1, with the total moving all the way down to 48.5. That is a full 4-point move downward. So once again, Michigan State opened 2, now 1. Total open 52.5 down to 48.5. 58% are leaning Nebraska, 65% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, Nebraska is plus 105 for some money line cash. Now, the Cornhuskers lost 11 out of their last 13 against the spread on their home field. Once again, 2-11 ATS in their last 13 at home, dating back to last season. Meanwhile, Michigan State is allowing just 14 points per contest away from home. And when it comes to the scoring, we're looking at 3-1 to the under in Michigan State's last 4 games away from home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Michigan State -1 in the under. 48.5 in this one. Next game, Citadel, Alabama, 12 o'clock kickoff in Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium. Bama opened the betting as the 51.5 point favorites. Can't believe this game's on the board. But anyway, Bama opened 51.5, total 61. Since those markets opened this one up, not a whole lot of movement on the spread, although we are seeing some upward movement on the total, obviously, especially if folks are taking Bama to cover. Bama remains the 51.5 point favorite, with the total opening at 61, moving upward to 62.5. 60% are leaning Bama, 51% shaded toward the over, and at the moment, Citadel is plus 200,000 for some money line cash, if your book is even offering that play. But anyway, Bama 7-3 against the spread overall, 4-2 ATS in their games at home. This Bama offense is putting up 49 points per contest. They're also rushing for 215 yards per game. And scoring-wise, Bama's 4-2 to the over in their games at home. Not going to be a big unit play, but I got to at least say that I had some action in this one. Give me Bama -51.5 and the over 62 and a hook in this one. All right, next game, Ohio State at Maryland, 12 o'clock kickoff this Saturday. Ohio State opened the betting as the 14-point favorites and the total at 57 even. And since those markets opened this one up, no real surprises here as Ohio State is taking a little action. We're also seeing a little action toward the over. Ohio State's now -14.5 with the total moving upward to 58.5. So once again, the Buckeyes open 14, now 14.5. Total open 57, up to 58.5. 67% are still leaning Ohio State, 73% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, Maryland is plus 500 for some money line cash. Now, this Ohio State offense, they're scoring just 28 points per contest on the road. Their defense is also giving up 27 points per contest on the road as well. Meanwhile, this Maryland offense, they're amassing 32 points on average per game at home, 4-2 against the spread in their games at home as well. Meanwhile, both teams are 3-2 to the under in their last 5 respectively. So with all that said and done, I like Maryland to get the job done, at least against the spread. Give me Maryland plus 15 after buying the half a point and the under, 58.5 in this one. Next game, NC State, Louisville, 12-20 Louisville. The NC State Wolfpack opened the betting as the 18.5 point favorites and the total at 66 even. And since those markets opened this one up, we're actually seeing steady movement toward Louisville and the under. Right now, NC State is -16.5 with the total moving downward to 63 and a hook. Once again, NC State open 18.5 down to 16.5. Total open 66 down to 63 and a hook. 72% are back on NC State, 52% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Cardinals are plus $6 for some money line cash. Now, this Louisville offense is scoring just 21 points per contest. They're also gaining 229 yards passing per game, which really is not a lot, especially compared to the Lamar Jackson days. Meanwhile, Louisville is 0-5 ATS in their last 5 games. They failed to cover in 4 out of their last 5 at home. This Louisville defense is allowing 42 points per contest and 282 yards rushing. Now, scoring-wise, Louisville 7-2 to the over, 3-1 to the over in their games at home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it down, and take NC State -16 and the over 63.5 in this one. Next game, Syracuse, Notre Dame, 2:30 Eastern kickoff at Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish open the betting as the 10-point double-digit favorites and the total at 66.5. And since those markets opened this one up, not a whole lot of movement on the spread, although we are seeing some movement downward on the total. Right now, Notre Dame still -10, but we saw the total open at 66.5, move downward to 65 even. Now, 63% are leaning Syracuse, 72% are shaded toward the over now, and at the moment, Syracuse is plus 325 for some money line cash. Now, Syracuse is 8-2 straight up overall.